love me. A possum lived in it. What's the trick? Is this thing on?
Are we interrupting your lunch or what?
Oh, my wife's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me.
Hey guys, in this video we're going to see my buddy Josh. He has a YouTube channel called Sleeperdude, and he builds cars, he gets cars running that have been off the road for 15, 20, 50 years, who knows what. And he's not your typical hot rod hoarder.
Well, we might as well start with this one, the Dart. So I think it's a 64 Dart. Got this from your dad, actually. But you know, leaning tower of power. It's a 170 inline six. This is probably going to be one we are going to work on really soon. Trying to get this thing running. You got to save all the station wagons, you know. It's got the roof rack. It's got the trailer hitch and everything. I love the seat in this thing. I mean, what's better than that? Don't worry about the floors, okay? We'll get to it. We'll get there. But push button automatic transmission. I mean, I could just see the family going on vacation in this thing. I love the roof rack on it. But it must have been up north or something. It's got a few leaks there.
Trailer hitch is definitely a bonus.
Yeah, trailer. It's got a few whiskey dents in it. Can you believe these casings are holding air? I mean,
I can see the air actually.
Yeah, they were definitely buried in the dirt.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know if I can touch it or
don't.
not. But I don't know why it rusted out right there. But I'm excited about getting this one back drivable again, and it ought to make a really good cleanup video too. As nasty as this thing is, it's super nasty. Then we got the 65 Dodge Dart, which I don't know why that one fender is rusted out so bad, but it definitely is. And it's got. How do you open this one, Ralphie? Do you remember? Oh, it's got two. It's got two latches.
Oh yeah.
It's got one here. One here. Oh.
Here we go.
All right.
Yes.
This got the big 225 inline six.
So this is the big block.
Oh, this is a big block. Yeah, 3-speed, 3 on the tree, but missing a window here. Gotta get some tarpaulin over it. But 3 on the tree, similar floor issues, but there's plenty of road signs in Tennessee, so we'll get it fixed up. Got some cool hubcaps back there in this one, but it's a slant 6, so you know it'll run. You can't kill a slant 6. So the other day we came out here, and, you know, I was looking for a wheel for that side, and my dad finally showed up with something. Then we got back here, and there's 3 in the trunk, and 6,000 wore out brake shoes and springs and carburetors and hubcaps and everything back here. So all we had to do was look in the trunk to get one. I don't know, is that Pontiac?
Yep, Pontiac Rally 2.
Yeah, I wonder why that's in there.
No idea.
Plenty of
belts.
Oh yeah. So we won't have to buy anything for this one.
Yeah. Rock Auto's gonna lose some business.
Yeah, for real. So this is our 71 International Metro Mite. We tried long and hard to get this thing running. It's got a little inline 6 International. We put a new carb on it, new alternator, everything. Ended up, somebody had got this thing too hot and locked the motor up. And it will turn over, but it's really hard to get it turned over. Apparently it was originally a postal service vehicle because it's right-hand drive. And, oh man, this door. Come on. What's the trick? What am I doing wrong?
Gotta pull out.
No, it's not out.
How about
This-
push it in?
It's gotta be, I think it's out. No, it's not up. All right, we're gonna go to the other door.
All right.
But the plan eventually with this one, because of the engine problems, is we're gonna engine and transmission swap this one. I'd like to V8 swap it and then lower it down because it's straight axle front and rear. we bought a bunch of school bus seats because we thought we might put seats in this thing and maybe our motorhome. But it's really cool inside. Somebody used it like for craft fairs after it was a post office vehicle. But it's had a Ford 9-inch swapped into it before. But I'm thinking it would look good on some, you know, white walls, sitting down low. You know, drop it about 6 inches. Maybe sell t-shirts out of it or something eventually.
Good idea.
Something like that. Take it to shows.
So it's leaf springs and you can just flip the
Yeah,
axles.
it's leaf spring front and rear, and it's got a solid axle in the front. Somebody had a dog chain to it, so we just left it. But yeah, it's pretty cool deal. I really want to get this one going. My wife would really love for me to get it going. I love the patina on it. Like, it just has the best patina in the world on the thing. I'd hate to repaint it. It looks too cool to repaint it.
That's your area.
Nothing opens and closes around here, apparently. I love the wraparound bumper. Like,
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
it's like a bumper car or something. This one is our 64, what is it, country sedan, like Galaxie station wagon. It's got, this may be past whiskey down here level. It's pretty
it's
bad
pretty good.
back here. Got slick casings in the back that were on my Starlet and on my LTD wagon at one point. This thing has quite a bit of rust in the floor, but if you look in here, floor shifted 3-speed. That's the whole reason I bought the car. I mean, a floor shifted manual transmission wagon. It's got
with a Hurst shifter.
yeah, and it's got a 289 V8 in it. We tried to get this engine unstuck in one of our videos, and we had no luck. But my plan is to revisit it and try to get the engine unstuck. I bought some different used cylinder heads for it that aren't so gunked up, and my plan is to try to get this engine unstuck eventually and try to see if it'll run and drive again with the 3-speed manual. This is our prop to keep the door shut because it doesn't latch anymore. But yeah, it's a cool car. I wish the interior was in better shape. It was parked with the driver's window down for like, I don't know. He told me it had like 30 years. So it got quite a bit of water in the floors and rusted everything out. But we're gonna probably at some point put floor pans in it. There you go. And get it back on the road. That's what we try to do. Also got the trailer hitch too. We have not been able to get the lift gate or the back door is open. I don't know, everything in there is rusted up. We've tried to get this thing opened up, but we can't. We get the front doors only working right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good crunch right there. That's
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
a strong part of the
I
car.
don't know what they did there, but that was unfortunate. Whatever happened there was unfortunate.
Good thing you know Body Man.
Yeah, body man. I hate to come home and do it. I don't mind doing it at work, but I don't like to do body work at work and then come home and do it. So this is our 74 Dodge. I think it's a D300 van, so it's 1 ton, but it's made by Winnebago. It's a mini Winnie. It's got a 360 in it. We got this run on the channel. It had been sitting, I don't know, 20, I think 27 years was the last time this thing was camped in. But you can't, there's an engine in there, I promise. It's back in there. It's really easy to work on with the doghouse off, but we replaced all the belts, hoses, all that stuff. New voltage regulator. Our plan was to, or is, to eventually get this one running and driving and go actually camping in this thing and put a trailer hitch on it where we can pull cars and stuff. But this thing runs and drives. It's got all new brakes, got brand new casings. Look at that.
Oh my.
Yeah,
It's nice.
$1,500 in casings on this thing. But it's really fun to drive because you're basically sitting out on top of the front axle. 30,000 miles. But we've got the inside completely gutted right now. And our plan is to totally rebuild the inside with all new stuff and leave the outside the way it is with the cool stripes and everything, and have the inside all brand new to camp in. You can sleep above the cab up here. So we're gonna put bunk beds in the back of it and get this thing to where we can actually camp out of it. I love the old stripes. As you can tell, I like everything that's like old nasty paint on it. Anything that's not rusted out and has cool paint on it. You're gonna fill in some of these states for sure. You're gonna get in it, Ralphie? Yeah. This is, you know, where your propane tanks go in here. This is, I guess this is doggy door now. We just gotta redo some of this back corner back here. The wood was rotted out, so we gutted all this out. We gotta put all new wood in here and seal the roof up some more.
Is this Ralphie's bedroom here?
I don't know. That may be the master bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
It could be master bed right there. I'm just excited to go camping in it. I just need more time to be able to work on it and get it going. So this one here is one I really love. I love the front grille with the hideaway lights, the cool bumpers back before they made all the rules about bumpers. But this is a 67 Thunderbird crew cab model. Got the suicide doors in the back. Originally 390 engine, FE, you know, Ford engine, C6, Ford 9-inch. These things have 4-piston disc brakes. So we put all new casings on this one too, all new brakes. Everything in the brake system's new. A guy out of Texas remanufactured the carburetor for me and got this thing. This thing runs, drives really good now. I think we're pretty much at the end of the road with this one. We just haven't sold it yet because we, you know, a lot of people ask me what I keep, what I sell. About half of what we do, we end up selling. So there's several that we've sold already, and this is probably one that's going to end up getting sold at some point. But it has the coolest interior. A possum lived in it for quite a while, so that kind of messed some things up. But it has really cool stainless steel work with the console and dash and glove box. But the car actually drives really nice, stops really good. It has these really cool taillights too. I think the taillights are sequential on it. Got your little key thing there, but it still needs a gas tank for it. But
I'm not really sure about this trailer.
Well, you know, it's not made for real heavy loads.
It looks to be adjustable.
You just gotta tow light with this one. You don't want to tow heavy with this one. Okay, she's not made for that. But it had a vinyl top on it, which kind of messed everything up, you know, how it always does. But it's got some rust, but it's not terrible. We kind of patched the floor up. Yeah. Oh, yep. But just sheet metal screw the floor in it. But it's aluminum. That'll never rust out now. Yeah. That's lifetime warranty on that floor.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, this one runs and drives good. It just needs some of the power options, like with the windows and stuff, don't work. It needs new switches. I don't know where you would ever get them, but
I think the advantage here is that it's mostly complete.
Yeah, it's
like,
complete.
Where would you, if you needed this?
Yeah,
where
if
would
you
you get
needed
it?
a car to look like a hearse.
Yeah.
I mean, where else would you get this?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how they did the big block out plate right in the middle of the door, because that's part of the door there.
Yeah, that seems like maybe an afterthought.
Yeah, you can't see anything behind you. But yeah, it actually runs and drives really good. It rides really nice. I really like the car. I wish it was a 2-door, but you know, the 4-door with the suicide doors, that's about as cool as a 4-door can get. So like the station wagon Galaxie and the 67 Thunderbird, I bought this one also from the same guy. So I think this is a 46 model 2N Ford, if I remember right. I could have my numbers off, but it may be a 9N. It's one of two, something like that. But 2N? Yeah. Okay, it's a 2N. But I think it's a 46 model. I think it was right after the war. But these have like basically I think the same engine as the Model A. But it was sitting for, he said it was sitting for about 30 years. Somebody borrowed the tractor. This was his mom's tractor. And somebody borrowed it, and he said they left the key on and it burnt the ignition system up. Somebody had stole the distributor off it trying to fix it, and he lost it. So I didn't even see this car. My wife saw this car. It was sitting under a tarp. So she bought this. I think she paid it $250 or $300 for it. We got it home and cleaned the carburetor out and bought an aftermarket distributor for it. And the thing actually starts up and runs really good.
Battery hooked up?
Yeah, here we go. You ready? Oh.
can see that you put it to use.
Yeah, we actually moved hay bales out there to the cows. That's why they're around that hay bale. We moved it out there to the cows this morning. But yeah, the thing moves hay bales for us. It needs some new casings in the back, but also needs wheels and also needs tubes, and that's like $1,000. So I have yet to spend the money on it to get those, but I'm gonna have to do it before long, for sure. So this one is one of our most recent cars that we've worked on. 64 Galaxie 500. It's got the 390 FE motor in it. Well, I was told it's a 390. The car originally came with a 352 FE, and from everybody's been commenting that apparently it's like 66, 67 model valve covers and intake. So I'm thinking somebody swapped in a later model 390 into it. We had to put new carburetor, new water pump, alternator, all that stuff on it, all the tune-up stuff. I think it's got a C6 automatic. We put all new brake system on it. It's still a little squishy. I think we need to go back and bleed them, but got the wheel Ventiques, 8-inch wide OE wheels, and the Goodyear polyglass casings on there. We're trying to make it look like a nice car is our plan. Got 2.5-inch side pipes on it with no mufflers. This door, it does open. It does. There we go. But interior, I mean, for the car sitting out 30 years, the door panels and stuff are not like absolutely hideous. The dash is, I would use the word hideous to describe the dash. But this car is fun to drive. It actually has pretty good power. We drove it just the other day and it actually runs pretty good. But this one is probably at some point soon going to be a seller car. I love the hardtop cars, but all the windows roll up and down on it. It's got an enormous trunk as well. Does it take a key? No, it doesn't. That's right. Where's that? Okay, there you go. But huge trunk.
My goodness.
But it's got a little bit of, drainage here and right there. That's like the worst spots on the car, though.
I think the point of this is so that the exhaust goes back into the car.
Exactly.
But you've bypassed that with the side pipes. So.
Yeah. But we put a new fuel tank in this one, so it's a running, driving car. It's probably went as far as it's going to go with us. A lot of times we try to get the ones that we're not going to keep probably long term. We get them running, driving, and that's about where it ends up. Watch out, buddy.
So a car like this, what kind of money would it take to buy something like this? You've spent money getting it running. You obviously had to buy it.
Yeah,
but
this car, I'll probably ask about $6,000 for it, something like that. Try to get about that much for it. We'll eventually get stopped. We got 2 lower gears we can go to. Just takes you back in time, though. It really does. Nice country road. Yeah. It would be really cool to put a 4-speed in it. I wish I had a 4-speed for it to throw into it. That would be, you'd really feel like a NASCAR driver then. don't know where we can do that here.
I'd say it takes a lot of real estate.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of room to spin it around because it's such a big car. I love that. It's like scooter. Oh, my wife's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. Oh, I think we're stuck. We're stuck. Oh my gosh. Don't want to go down there. Come on. We'll pull out. I hit the same spot. I think it's just here. I think this is where it lives now. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're totally stuck in the hole. Well, we tried. We tried to spin around. We actually broke down the same spot in our trying to drive it in the field video. Our brakes went out and we ended up right here.
Oh, this is a truck with an engine.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
I totally know what.
73 F100.
Yeah.
You and Mama's truck with what size engine you remember? Come on. Surely you remember what size engine it has. 302, come on. 302 V8.
Oh yeah.
3-speed on the column. But this one had sat, what was it, 16 or 17 years this one had sat. And Ralphie and Mom got it running. And we gotta put all the pedals back in it. We gotta do the brakes and put some new hoops and casings on it so we can get it drivable. Are the key in it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on, let me get the batteries to go. All right, pump the gas a few times. Probably more than a few. All right. See what it'll do. Pump the gas.
And that thing runs smooth.
Yeah. See, I'm not really as much of a truck person as you know. So, this is Mama and Ralphie's deal here. I'm more of a, like, unibody, old car guy, small car guy. I'm not as big in the trucks. Trucks have their uses, but I'm not as big as them as they are. Okay, I didn't catch it in time, but you can turn the key off. But yeah, this one runs and drives now after 16 years of not running, but hopefully here in the next few weeks we're going to try to get this thing back on the road again where they can use it to haul goats or whatever they do with trucks nowadays. I don't know what they do for sure. It's nice that the boat tank fits underneath the hood.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
close
handy.
in there. Yeah, we may not ever put a gas tank in this one. We also have, this is an 80, I think one of them's an 87, one of them's an 88. I always get them mixed up, but one of them, this car could be usable, but for right now, we're just keeping it here for parts in case we end up, you know, wanting to take some parts off it. It's, both these cars were infested with mice and rats. So it's, yeah, it's nasty in there. The other car over here, the one that we actually got running and driving, this is a 5-speed, so it's a 2.3 turbo and a 5-speed. This one's 2.3 turbo automatic, but there was like a whole foot of the wiring harness that was ate out of this car with like a big section of wiring harness that the mice ate totally out of here. But we got this one running and driving on the channel, and I was driving it back and forth to work for a while, and it has an intermittent problem where it wants to overheat sometimes. And it has some sort of issue, I think, in the ignition system where it starts running bad. It's either the ignition system or the vane air meter, whatever it's called. But this one starts and runs. We just have a problem every now and then where it doesn't want to run right. You want to try to start it? Catch it? But I love these cars. I had one of these cars. I bought one when I was 18, and me and Hot Rod Hoarder here had a lot of fun driving that car, doing burnouts and donuts.
Nice.
Want to take it down the road?
Let's do it.
Are you gonna drive? You can't drive on the road yet. You want to drive it out of the spot? Just watch it. Put the foot on the brake. You got a little bit. Now you can back up. Put on the brake. Fall back. Fall back. All right, good. Now turn the other way. Put it in gear. Never let me drive on the road. Mark. Doesn't it sound like my old gold one
It
did?
really does. It's bringing back some memories.
The gold one that I had in auto body school, it actually just, the exhaust fell off of it. This one we cut the exhaust off of. It's really good brakes.
Yes, it does.
Four-wheel disc. I love driving it. I wish it was a 5-speed. You smell the rats? The nice smell?
Yeah, I'm getting a little whiff of that.
I know. We cleaned it out as good as we could, but it still doesn't run or doesn't smell exactly right. Oh, shit, fire. Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. Okay. One lane road going too fast. Oncoming traffic. But it's hitting, I think it hits about 15 pounds of boost now, from memory. That was like 11 there, but
It runs surprisingly good. The automatic cars were just disappointing. but
yeah, the automatic cars are not nearly as fun and as powerful. They actually like detuned the automatic ones. They had less power, but they have a better gear ratio. This has a 373 gear, and the 5-speed cars had 355 gears. I do really like driving it. I just wish it. Well, I ruined him because he got to ride in my 5-second Starlet, and now he thinks everything's slow. Perfect. Perfect donuts. Like absolutely perfect.
All right, the star of the show.
Oh yeah, the star, Rocky. He don't like his horns.
Yeah, that's
Because he thinks if you get his horns that you're gonna end up putting him up. But we got a bunch of spare parts out here for stuff.
I'm gonna have to get me one of these
I
box
know.
trucks.
I know. I got these at the Hot Rod Hoarders swap meet.
Oh my.
Should definitely go to the Hot Rod Hoarders swap meet. But yeah, this is all my turbo couplers. I put them in a bin, and then when I start digging through it, I dump them out on the floor. And I never put them back in. But we got all the interior for the rat infested turbo coupe, and we got some of our interior out of our motorhome that I want to put back in it.
I feel like the green is really nice.
Yeah, the wife doesn't think so much, but stuff off the Super Coupe project we're working on. Down in here, this is a spare transmission for the Super Coupe, but a little bit of everything in here. Rocky's in here. he goes, you know, anywhere that I'm gonna walk, he wants to go. A lot of motorhome stuff in here, though. Come on, Rocky. Come on, you wanna go in the shop?
508 Joe.
Oh man, you spotted it.
Yep.
Unneeded gas cans.
Yeah. Come on, Rocky. Let's go.
I like those hubcaps.
Yeah, those are off the motorhome. Come on. Now get out. He always waits till the last second to get out. All right, you want to go in the shop?
Yeah, let's go take a look. I do like this tire and wheel collection.
Oh, yeah, we got a nice casing collection out here.
Yeah, and just a heads up, I call them tires. He calls them casings, so don't let it confuse you.
Nothing to be confused about here. But, yeah, this is all our spare stuff, so if we have a car that we are needing to get moving, we go through this and see if we can get one that airs up enough.
Yeah, pretty good collection. Some like 68, 9 Ford stuff.
Yeah, those are off the 64 Wagon. Those are on the back of it.
Drag radials with plenty of life left in them.
Oh, yeah. Those are good for another few passes. And Rocky likes to jump on them, so he likes that stuff. Come on, Rocky. Come on. I'll pick you up. Come on. He used to jump over the fence there, and we had to fix it. Come on. Here we go. Oh, he thinks I'm going to put him up. Come here, Rocky. Here. Come on. Come on. I'll let you over the fence. Here. Get your foot out. Let's go in the shop. I got ammo crackers. So in here is where the magic happens, where we work on everything. So this car, like pretty much every other Ford out there, was bought from the same collection. But I didn't realize that at the time kind of how rare this is. So it's a 63.5 Ford Falcon Futura hardtop. So everything I've seen, they only made the hardtop model for like 6 months or something. All the other cars are post cars. But it's got the really cool Futura or Sprint console in it, black interior. So we're trying to get a new interior to put in it, to redo the interior in the car. And eventually, this car, my plan is to eventually restore this car and do full paint, interior, everything. It's got the inline 6 in it. I can't remember what size this thing is, but it had been sitting for, you know, once again, 20, 30 years. I don't know exactly. And we had to put a new carburetor on it, all new hoses, aluminum radiator. It's got the 2-speed automatic and it slips in high gear. But we drive this thing around the evenings and weekends sometimes. But our eventual goal is to swap the engine in this. It's going to either get a 5.0 5-speed or a 2.3 turbo and a 5-speed. Okay, I'll give you some more. Here.
So what's happening here? Is this a race car?
Actually is a race. Well, we autocross raced it at Ford Fest last year. And did we have the slowest time of anybody there?
The longest.
The longest time? Yeah, we had the longest time of anybody there. But it was really fun. We got to go around the autocross course with it. It made 37 horsepower on the dyno. So it's basically a powerhouse. But yeah, we're eventually going to be doing a complete drivetrain swap in this car.
I do like the stripes and the
dog
dish caps. That's kind of my
me and the kids taped it up and striped it, and it's got 13-inch wheels on it. Put new casings on it too, but it's a runner driver car. I think I can start it up. I leave everything that's in the shop. I leave the battery unhooked. I just worry about it burning down in here. I think the keys are in it. It's got 3-inch exhaust with a Flowmaster on it because our eventual goal is to put a bigger engine in it.
Definitely not what I expected it to sound like. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
it actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Here, you can just have it. It's yours now. This is our 89 Turbo Coupe, or not Turbo Coupe, Super Coupe Thunderbird.
Well, it is turbo coupe, sort of.
It's about to be a Turbo Coupe. So we have a GT35 Turbo we're gonna put on it. We did a video recently where we swapped this over from the original cylinder heads and intake over to the split port heads and intake that I ported, putting a bigger cam in it, going with a turbo setup, taking the supercharger off. It's the original 5-speed car, and I don't know, 6 or 9 months ago, I think the crank sensor went bad in it, and the car 2 or 3 times broke down on me. And so now we're gonna fix all that, get this thing running and driving, probably gonna swap computer harness, everything in it, and get this thing back on the road. Get some macaronis?
Are we interrupting your lunch or what?
How come you didn't give me any macaroni?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I don't know.
Me and him would like some macaroni. Yeah, there he was.
I like this spoiler.
Yeah, I made that out of old road sign. So we cut up a road sign, welded it together, and put it on there. My eventual plan is to smooth all that up and paint it, make it white. But I like this car. It's fun to drive with a 5-speed. It just broke down on me, and then, you know, instead of just putting a crank sensor on it, I decided to totally redo everything. Very typical of me. I can't leave anything alone.
I like this intake. That reminds me of like a vintage, you know, with like 6 2-barrels or whatever.
Well, it's got a crazy, it's got a really crazy upper intake. So it has a long runner and a short runner on each cylinder.
That's
So that guy right there is eventually going to go on it unless we switch to a different lower profile intake.
So you're gonna have to do a
Yeah, I
some
don't
hood
know. Yeah, we're
modification.
either going to have to go with this intake and a cow hood, or go with like maybe a Mustang intake that comes out the side and leave the stock hood. One of the two. I'm not sure yet, but it ought to be fun. So the last car on the list that we have here. Now I have bought another car that's not here yet, but last car here is our 1983 Fairmont Futura that Hot Rod Hoarder told me was for sale. So I went and immediately bought it for full price, because that's what you do when you find a Fairmont for sale. But this is gonna be an upcoming video where we are putting a big block Chevy 454, aluminum heads, all the cool stuff, twin GT45 turbos. I plan on running it on ethanol, and you know, with these turbos we can make as much as 1600 horsepower if we want to go that far. 4L80E, it's got all QA1 suspension, 8.8 rear axle, 4-wheel disc brakes, but it was originally a 6-cylinder auto car, and somebody had swapped it to a 505 speed, and then it'd been taken apart. So instead of putting the 5.0 back together, we decided to go big with it because it has all the drag suspension. It's got a fuel cell already, so it should make a good drag car. This is really the kind of stuff I really, really love, is the big engine turbo drag cars. That's really what my favorite kind of cars are, especially the ugly Fox Blaze. It's my favorite. Is this thing on? But anyway, our eventual plan is to put this 5.0 and 5-speed out of this Fairmont over into either the Falcon or the 64 Galaxie station wagon, one of the two. I'm not sure yet. And lastly, the only 2-wheel thing we have that's road legal here is the 71 Honda CL350 Scrambler. So this thing had been sitting, honestly, I don't know exactly how many years it had been sitting, because I didn't get a title with it. But everything in the fuel system was all junked up, of course. And we actually got it running and driving, got some new cokers on there. And then I took it to my work, did all the body work to it because the tank was in very bad shape. And we painted it. It's a new Jeep color, bikini pearl coat metallic, 3-stage color. So when the weather gets warm enough, me and Ralphie plan on getting this out on the road a little bit and driving it. But I really like the 70s Japanese bikes like this with the flat seat and all the air cooled. It checks all the boxes for me on as far as the motorcycle goes.
See, I told you this wasn't the typical Hot Rod Hoarder. Sleeperdude has tons of cool projects, and he's actively working on them. And even better than that, he's bringing them to his YouTube channel, so you can watch him and his family and his goats and dogs and everybody else there. You can see them work on these cars, get them running again, and go out and have fun with them. You can see already that he likes to do burnouts and donuts, so you'll see a lot of that type of action on his channel. Thank you for watching this. Be sure to go over there and subscribe to Josh's channel. It's called Sleeperdude. He also has a second channel called Sleeperdude and the number 2. And stay tuned for future videos. Thank you for watching.